Hello everyone, I'm here again with another tutorial and just want to say thank you to everyone that has been commenting for the likes and also those of you that shared my video. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So let's get into today's video.
Yeah, good day. So for this style now, of course the handle as usual, okay? I've done the base too. So this is the measurement we need for the style, okay? So this one we're going to be working with now is 22 inches. Okay, initially I got 22 inches. I've reduced it. I stitch one side, so it has reduced to 21. So this one is the fan. So the fan I cut it two times. That first one I measured is the plate underneath the fan. So I cut this one two times and joined together. So I got 38 inches, but this is 39 inches. I stitch one end there, so it has reduced to 38 inches. Okay, so this is for the fan part. So the one for the basket side is what I have here. So it depends on how high you want it. Okay, so I have one, two, three, four, five steps. Yours can be four, it can be three, it depends on what you want. Okay, just note that the higher you want it to go, the longer the length. Okay, so the length for these five steps I have 28 inches. So if you are working with a longer length of ashoke, say 20, this is 29 inches in total. Okay, I got 29 inches into five places. I join it together. So what I was trying to say is if you are working with ashoke of length 90, you just need four pieces of ashoke for this. But if it's of late 80, 75, you can just use 5 inches. It all depends on how high you want it to be. Okay, so I'm starting with that of the basket first. So taking that side down like that, leaving about 5 inches out. Then take it all the way to the middle and a bit longer than the middle, just extend it a little bit. It depends on where you want it to be. Okay, I think this tie is at the middle. Everything ends, it cross each other at the middle, but for the sake of pleating you need to extend your hand a bit to the other side. So the pleating is going to be as if you are doing ace. Okay, so just ace so that you have enough space for your basket loop. Okay, so once you slant it like that, you are going to have enough space for the basket loop. So this is what we have. So since the basket is from the very beginning, I'm just going to start my tacking, start my basket like that. And because I want to tack it to the base, I'm starting from the pleat of the base like that. So I'm taking it aside. So don't mind the thread. The thread is actually color purple. I don't know why it's giving me another. I think it's another shade of purple anyways, but it's still purple. So just form the basket like that. Okay, so take it back. Since we are still trying to tack everything to the base, so I'm still coming down from the base like that. So just form the loop normally you want it to go. So this one also is going to have that oval shape. Okay, just make it a bit higher at the middle, and as you're going to the sides, you're going to reduce the loop a bit. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to form a loop, a basket loop here. Okay, so from there I'll also pass from underneath the plate also, and come out from here. So basically I'm just going to go like that all the way down like that. So I've gotten to that side where we'll tack everything together. So I'm just going to extend my hand a bit since everything is going down. Okay, just extend my hand a bit and form one loop, just one more loop. Okay, so if you like, if you want to be half basket, you can stop at the sides. It depends on what you want. Okay, but according to this style, everything is going down. Those sides we're having basket there all the way down like that. So the other side is going to be where the fan is going to be. So since I'm stopping here now, I'm going to pass my loop. If you like, you can still extend a bit, but for now I'm going to be passing my loop, my needle into the loop. So make sure that it's coming out from the middle of the loop. Okay, this is how we form the basket loop. Okay, so I'm going to form another pleat. This one also is going to slant. Can you see this slanting? As if you are forming A's and also slant at this side too. That will give room for the space you need to form the basket. Can you see it is slanted? So just like A's, okay? So just go like that. Use my clip to hold this. Can you see that we have enough space for the basket? So I'm just going to continue with my basket like that. So I'll just continue the basket plates like that. Okay, so making sure that you are picking it at the middle so that you have a nice shape. Okay, so I've gotten to this side now. So the next bit I'm going to make now, just look at the way I'm going to go about it. So I'm coming back to the middle of the previous loop. Okay, I'm going to be tacking the next plate, the previous loop. So now you are going to correct the plate by covering it up. So this next plate, once you have that plate that joined the previous step to the next one, you are not going to be slanting it. Rather, you are going to just split it as a normal plate in such a way that the side now that is usually very slimmer is not going to be very wide, so as to cover up for the excess we have there, because we are not trying to form A's, rather we are trying to form a normal round plate. Okay, so just continue your basket like that. Okay, just continue forming the basket. You have to be very patient when forming baskets. Some call it web sha, but basket web, whichever name you call it, is the same thing. So now I made a mistake there. I'm supposed to tack. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go back and form a loop at the previous one, but it doesn't really matter. Once you get the first two loop, the next one, see, can you see that point? I didn't tack it, so I'm just going to go ahead and tack before I continue. So once you get the first two loops, the other ones are going to be falling in place. Okay, so in case you forget to tack one particular place, it's going to be so obvious, so you just have to just pass your needle and thread to tack that point. Can you see now? Just pass my needle and thread to tack the previous steps I have made that I forgot to tack the loop there. So instead of cutting and retacking, so just pass it, then I'll just pass it back to the next one that I need to do. Can you see? Just passing it back up to continue my tacking. Okay, so at this point now, because I want to be extending the basket a bit, just little by little, so I'll just do that there. Just pass my needle into like 1/2 inch and leave it like that. So the next needle is going to be slant also. It is only when you get to that point where the previous one is joined to the next step, that is when you need to cover up and make sure that now the plate is not going to be wider at the sides, so as to cover up for the excess you have there. So that is that. But at this other side, it's still slant. It is only at this side that you have the basket that is straight when you get to the joining part rather. So by the other side where your plate is going to, your fan is going to climb on top of it, that place can still be slant because you don't really need it. Okay, but if you can make it straight also, it's okay. So just continue like that. Just continue like that. So the tacking, the basket tacking is just the same thing. Just be following the pattern. Just be following the pattern like that. You see, just be following the pattern like that, and you are good to go. So you just keep on tacking like that, making sure that you're tacking at the middle. You're good to go. So you just keep on tacking like that, making sure that you're tacking at the middle. You're using the middle of the previous loop to form the next one. So I'll just continue like that. It's just the same way, same basket will do till I get to the end. All right, so I've gotten to the second to the last part. So I just want to show you how this is done. It's just same way, okay? So I just want to just remind you of how it is done again. So this is second to the last pleat, okay? Tack it to the base. And the logic behind making a basket is that don't let your loop to be too big at the beginning, because as you are going up, the loop is going to be getting wider on its own without you extending it or doing anything to it. And if you notice here, this top now, the loop there is wider compared to the first one. So as you are going up, it's going to be getting wider. So make sure that your loop at the beginning is as small as you can make it to be. Okay, so just go up like that. And if you look at these sides, the other side here where I'm working towards now, I've corrected it, making sure that the pleat there is straight also. And what you are going to be using to correct is when you get to the point where you join the previous step to the next one, you just plait it, make sure that both sides are wide enough just to correct the excess you have there. That's just it. So if you place this way, you're going to get a very nice basket. Okay, if you are working with everything, your plate is straight, it's going to be very difficult for you to form the loop. But if you follow this method, it's going to be very easy. Alright guys, so now I've gotten to the end of my basket pleat. So this last one, I'm just going to plait it on it. If you like, you can also use it to form a loop. Okay, if you like, you can form a loop with it, but I just decided to leave this last one like that. So if I like, you can also form a loop with the last one too. Yes, it can form loop also, it doesn't really matter. But I don't know, I might still decide to form loop with it or just leave it like that. The loop is not going to be that big, like it's not going to pop up like that. It's just going to be there. So if I like, I can place or just leave it like that. Whichever one you want is fine. Okay, whichever one you want is fine. Can you see we have a beautiful basket here? So I'm just going to arrange this one like this. And you may be wondering, why do we cut this long distance? And if you notice that as you are going up, your ashoke is getting shorter. So it's better you have a long measurement to cut something long so that you twist at the end like this. Is better that when you get to the upper part, the ashoke is not enough. So I just twist like this. Just twist using my needle to hold it down. And I bring in the other one. So since we are going to be having fun at the other side, so now I'm using this small one, to form a pleat. So according to the style, there's a pleat underneath the fan. If you like, you can put the pleat, and if you like, maybe if you're trying to manage your ashoke, if the pleat your ashoke is not enough, you can exclude this pleat, this long strip I'm about to attach to it now. You can exclude this part, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's just to give the fan volume, okay, to raise it up a bit, to give it volume. That's why we're adding this. And I'm doing this because according to the picture my customer sent me, there is a plate underneath it, but it doesn't really matter. If you're trying to manage ashoke for the person and you can place your fan very well, it won't really be that obvious that you didn't put the plate underneath. Okay, so I'm just using my pins and needle to hold this one down. I'm going to be plating everything. Alright, so I was able to get 4 plates from this single strip like that. So for the fan, it's just normal. We will do our fan from a right angle triangle of say 10 inches and all that. So just normal, we will do our fan and just plate like that. So just from the normal plate, this it out, make sure it's very neat, and I'm going to take it to the previous one I have there, arrange it very well, clip it together, and just try to form my fan plate on top of the previous plate I have there. So make sure you arrange it very well and just give it the shape you want. Okay, the shape, by shape I mean how you want it to end, whether it's the one that will curve or that will straight and all that. So it depends on what you are trying to achieve here, but the fan plate is just fan plate. Okay, just end it whichever way you want to end it, or whichever way your customers says you should end it, or depending on the picture that you are being sent. Okay, but for the sake of what I'm working with here, it's going to be curving. Okay, like this. I'm using my clip, my needle to hold it down there. So this is what I have. So I'm just going to go ahead, use my needle to hold it down there. So this remaining one, you just twist it somehow, okay, just twist it somehow. Use your needle to hold it and you tack it together. Okay, so can you see, just twisting, just use your needle to hold it like that. So I'm just going to be tacking now. We've tagged the basket side, so what is left now is just to tack the fan side. So the tacking is just normal tacking also. Normal tacking. I like to start my tacking from the back so as just to hide the knots there. Okay, so tacking is just normal tacking. So just make sure I tack both the fan and the pleats to the base. Okay, so just tack in a neat way. There's no particular rule guiding the way you tack particular style. Okay, so don't mind my turning, the turning of the dummy. I just like to turn the dummy to whichever side is convenient for me to tack. So can you see the way I'm just turning? So I'll just keep on tacking everything to the base. Normal will tack and fan plates like that to the base. Okay, and I'll tack the ones I twist at the back also. I'll tack it down to the base also. So I'll just tack everything in a neat way like that. Make sure everything is well tacked and in place. So just pass it like that, tack it together here, tack everything together down, and also come to this side to tack it to the base here. The same thing to tack it to the base here. Finish up the handle and come back.